up, everyone? My name is Sharda Gupta, and welcome to the SG Sports Talk channel. As the San Francisco 49ers suffer another heartbreaking 30-18 loss against Indianapolis Colts, live from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. But I know we will bounce back from this loss and focus on winning the next one. I would like to welcome Maruna Pereira to the Postgame show. Welcome, Maruna. Welcome to the Postgame show.
Hi, Shadow. How are you?
So you'd like to share some thoughts about the game, some disappointing
Yes.
things that
So
you experienced?
yes. So would you mind if I share some stats that I wrote down during the game?
Yeah, I'm totally fine if you share some
Okay.
stats.
Cool. Okay. So sorry. I have kind of. So first thing, Jimmy Garoppolo's time in San Francisco is over. So I'll tell you why. The weather was there, but after first two drives, basically, if you take out the last minute drive during the first half, 49ers had four drives which were just 3 and out, right? And other than that, the Jimmy Garoppolo fumbles and the interceptions that were not picked up by the linebackers. There was one time, I can't remember the gentleman's name, the Colts number 56, he basically threw it to linebacker, but he dropped the ball. 49ers were lucky in terms of our quarterback play because we could have ended up losing with a bigger margin. And remember, this was against Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is one of the most stupidest quarterbacks. Why? Because you remember they were just within the first 10 goal. Then he tried, I don't know what he tried. He threw an interception and we got the ball back. We were lucky at that time. Then again, some other times he tried some very questionable throws that should have been intercepted by. Unfortunately, I believe there was one time Mosley could not have held on to the ball when there was an interception. He could have made the interceptions. Still, Colts scored 30 points thanks to our interceptions, fumbles. So, first thing, Jimmy needs to go because we are not going anywhere. The second thing, Kyle Shanahan needs to go. John Lynch needs to go because this team, these three people are the key leaders of this team, they should go. That's it.
So what you're trying to say is that there's no success with what we have right now. Like the unit that we have at the current moment isn't working out for us as we hope, because we want Jimmy G to do well, we want Kyle Shanahan to do really well. We want them all to be at their prime level, but it looks like it's not working out. Jimmy G's not playing
It's
that
not
well
fun.
today. He was playing really horrible today. Probably his worst performance he's ever played.
Yes. So there is a echo shadow. Maybe can you mute while I am talking? Then you can.
Yeah.
So yes, I believe because the reason is this: at this point, as 49er fans, there is no point of we are just been calling ourselves faithful to the team because we are being faithful is doing a disservice because they use that as an advantage saying, okay, we are going to do better, we are going to execute better. You are going to hear the same excuse over and over again with this regime, with this front office. John Lynch will come on whatever the radio show, he would say we are not in the crisis mode yet. They will come up with whatever the excuses they have. They will say even for this game, it's a weather. The Trent Williams was missing. George Kittle is missing. But those are not excuses. The teams will, the good football teams always will try, will find the ways to win games. That's what we saw even today. Today, Cincinnati Bengals, we are supposed to play Bengals. They did beat Baltimore Ravens. I believe Bengals are 5-2 right now. Tennessee Titans won today against Chiefs. So good teams always, even Rams. Rams were trailing Lions, but they won the game at the end. So good teams always find ways to win. This is a bad football team. So as fan, the worst thing that we can do is just going and say, we believe in you. We believe in this football team. Let's stop that.
So what I'm trying to say is that whenever you see your quarterback having a bad game, it's definitely not any fun sight for any Niner fan to see your quarterback just having an absolute slugfest, worst game of the season. Not even nothing is going right for the quarterback. It's not doesn't make any Niner fan feel good. You always want your quarterback to, get his passes, accurately. Everything's going well for him. Today, nothing was going well for him at all. I was watching on TV. Nothing was going well for Jimmy G. Nothing. Not even a single bit was going well for him.
Yeah, and Samuel, could you mute so that you can? Yeah, so there are multiple things in this case. It's not just the quarterback. I mean, let's make clear of that as well. It's not just on this loss, just not on Jimmy Garoppolo. Multiple things. First, Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch. Why? How many pass interference calls did we have today? I counted like, I'm not sure, I wrote until five pass interference penalties. The first one, 56 yard, Josh Norman, the usual suspect. It didn't matter because the calls receiver caught the ball, but then again, Kayvon Williams, we had a 46-yard pass interference called, a big gain. Even in the, we had, I think, like two pass interference calls against us uh, during the goal area, so resulted in first and goal scenarios. So the secondary is bad. We just kept thinking, okay, Jason Barrett, a injury prone player, going to play 17 games or beyond that during this year, but it backfired. So that's on John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan. Then the offensive line, some crucial moments. I believe I wrote down Brunskill had Laken Tomlinson had a 5-yard penalty on a crucial moment. Then some other hold. We didn't have holding penalties like Arizona game last week, but there were situations. Then finally, the special teams. Special teams are still not giving any advantage over other teams for us. So we are seeing the same mistakes, the same weaknesses of this team that we saw in 2020. The injuries, quarterback play, offensive line, cornerbacks, special teams. What have we done to rectify these things? So basically, everything falls on Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. Jimmy actually might be a scapegoat in this situation. Jimmy is asked to play beyond his skill set, where I mean, absolutely he cannot play beyond his level, but because the opposing teams right now, they know how to defend Jimmy because he can't throw deep. So they know just to stack that box and defend against Jimmy. But still, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch making basically doing nothing and try to just let it fall on Jimmy G. So there are so many, how do you call it, leaks or faults in this organization as overall. And at the end of the day, Jed York is part of the reason. He's to blame as well, because last 20 years Jed York has a great, not great, say large amount of time during the last 20 years it was under Jed York, so he's part of the problem. So
Hey,
there are so many.
welcome to the Postgame Show, Notorious GAB. Do you have anything to say about the Niners game, their performance? Do you have anything to say about the performance of the Niners today? How well they did in this game?
Yes. We suck. We absolutely sack right here, and we need to realise it because people seem to think that we're a playoff team, whatever, and we're not. We're miles off it. It's absolutely terrible. And I think that Shanahan needs to go, Lynch needs to go, Jimmy G needs to go. We just need to go into rebuild mode right now and just get the rebuild started.
So Gavin, so something else I want to say is that you know that interception by Jimmy G that the Indianapolis Colts scored that touchdown on that pick six. What was your thoughts about that? Did you find that surprising? When Jimmy
G is guaranteed to throw at least one pick a game.
Then they should put Trey Lance in the game because why are they putting Jimmy G?
He's injured. He's not back till next week apparently.
But
Jimmy G had gone down. We'd have to play Nate
So Varun, I have a question for you. So my question to Varun is that what should the 49ers focus on in their next game to bounce back from this loss today against the Colts and win the next one?
Okay.
Hang on. Shut up. Put your headphones in, bro.
Okay. So the thing is, next game I believe against Chicago Bears.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't think we are going to win this game. If Kyle is going to say, here's the reason. Hear me out.
Yeah.
We are going to play Chicago. I'm not sure how the weather is going to play it out. And Kyle will probably say, okay, until Jimmy is healthy, he is our number one quarterback. He is the starter. So he is going to go with the same game plan, nothing else. Think about today. Who is the guy? The Taylor, the running back. He was running through the middle most of the time. Big chunk players. Carson Wentz did know our secondary is bad, so he was targeting their pass interference calls and whatnot. Justin Fields can do that. He can easily do that.
Yeah.
So I'm not that much optimistic that we are going to win it against Chicago. Maybe if we look back on another couple of days, if you ask me, then I would have a much sensible answer. But right now, with the emotions and everything going on, I think the way we are playing, if we are not going to change our coach and GM and the quarterback, we are going to lose that game too. CG, what do you have to say?
What am I going to say? If this offense keeps playing like the way they're playing, man, it doesn't matter what we do on defense. Our defense could do so much. When you can hold an offense for a little while, but your offense can't do much, then how else are you going to win? And I feel like the play calls are just a little bit stupid. Like, what is Shanahan doing? He keeps going with the play over and over, and the defense is starting to figure them out. You gotta adapt. You gotta evolve more.
You have got to adapt, and he's not improving. Kyle Shanahan is not improving. Do you mean?
And I thought that we all Niner fans thought that Kyle Shanahan's a really good head coach, but he's not. The way he's doing it, he's not such a great head coach. So he should be gone.
So David McNeil says by you, I am about to jump on the start Trey Lance wagon. Are we on board this wagon, or is there somebody still dragging their heels about Jimmy G? Can the Jimmy G fan please stand up?
I'm against that. I'm against starting Trey Lance right now. I have a reason for that.
Spit your facts. Spit it out.
Okay.
Spit it out.
The thing is, until Kyle Shanahan is the head coach of San Francisco 49ers, I don't want Trey Lance to start because Kyle Shanahan is going to ruin Trey Lance. He is going to mismanage Trey Lance and end of the day going to get injured Trey Lance. So I want first Kyle Shanahan gone and then Trey Lance to start. If not, I am really happy to see Jimmy G start next 12. So we have 11 games to go. So I am happy to see if Kyle Shanahan stays for this season, I want Jimmy G to start. Then next season, somebody can come up. Kyle Shanahan is not the only coach that can coach a team in NFL. There must be many other coaches who can.
Right. Here we go.
Uh,
Runa, let me feed that what you were saying, buddy. Let me feed it.
But you know who would be a
Right, so let me ask
perfect
you a
coach for
question,
Trey
Runa.
Lance? You know who would be a really perfect coach for him? And this may sound kind of crazy,
Goal.
but if you
Brian
no,
Bedell.
no, actually, okay, yeah, him too. But I got one suggestion that you guys
Eric
might even
Bieniemy.
believe. No, Lincoln Riley.
Oklahoma Sooners coach.
Yeah, he knows how to get the best out of those quarterbacks like Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, and Jalen Hurts. What a better coach to help Trey Lance than a guy like him. And he's he's one of those young coaches too. He's really
Let
like
me stop, guys. Let me stop.
He's a
Let me
no
stop
bullshit
right
coach because he
talk
benched
about
this guy
potential
Sam
replacement.
Spencer Rattler.
Rattler. Yeah, he went with
benched-
Caleb Williams.
Yes,
Right, guys,
he benched
before we
Spencer
start
Rattler.
talking about potential Shanahan replacements, right, let's ask the question first, right, yeah. Does Kyle Shanahan have any trade value? Yes or no?
No, he doesn't have a trade value at this moment. Who else going to get a coach who is already losing his fourth season out of 5 seasons?
But
Just
he
because
took
his
Super
father
Bowl,
is
he's a Super Bowl, do we beat the Super Bowl as an head coach? That's got to have some trade value, right?
I mean, some trade value, maybe 7th round pick.
What do you think? CG, do you think Shanahan holds any trade value? CG, you
Well,
there?
does Shanahan have a trade value? I don't see like there's just not much value for him. Like I think for a team that wants him, it would have to be a really bad team that really believes in Shanahan. And maybe a team like for example, maybe a team like maybe the Denver Broncos would be that stupid to fall for it. Who knows? Jags,
the Vegas
Texans.
Raiders,
Oh, hey, maybe the Texans.
the Raiders are stupid.
I mean, the Jaguars did invest a lot in Urban Meyer, and they are that stupid enough to go for another direction. Maybe we suckered him in a little bit. I don't know.
I think he's got trade value. I do. I think he's worth a first. I do like. You know what I mean? But don't ask me why. But I think if we all get offered a first for him, I think we should take it. I think we should take it straight away. What about you, Shadol? Shadol, do you think Kyle Shanahan has any trade value? Shadol.
You're muted, dude.
But I don't know. I think it does have trade value, but it really depends on which teams really want him. You know, that really depends on it. You know, because I don't know which teams really want to sign him. You know, all the great teams that are out here who want to sign Shanahan. Vegas, I'm not on their Vegas train at all. I don't believe in that. I don't know. That just doesn't make any sense, right? So, are you on the Vegas train to trade Kyle Shanahan to Vegas?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, because
You
I
are?
think they'll give us the most for him. I think because John Gruden's gone now as well. They're desperate for a coach. I think they might be the suckers we were looking for.
Well, here's the thing. Last thing Kyle wants to do is be coaching a rival team out of his dad, because remember the last time his father didn't enjoy coaching out there. So maybe there's a chance he may not want to go there either.
That's true.
Cause
Right,
why
so-
why would he want to go to Vegas, right? You know, that's a rivalry. That's a rival team.
And his dad didn't like it over there. His dad hated it.
That's not going to matter to him. That's not going to matter to him whether it's a rivalry or not. He don't care. He's thinking about the money. Shanahan is on the best possible position for himself. It doesn't matter about rivalries or anything.
I wonder how worse he would do in Vegas. I wonder if his ideas will start to wear out, just like how they did with John Gruden. The thing about Vegas, it's always funny. They're gambling some stupid shit, and then Mark Davis is like the one dumb idiot who doesn't know how to run a football operation.
Yeah, and Derek Carr is about as good as Jimmy G is, right? Or am I wrong? Do you think
He's got more heart out. He's got a lot of heart than Jimmy. There's a difference.
Yeah, I suppose you play it like, yeah. I get him. Yeah, Matthew Mears says in the chat, yes, it's time to get rid of Lynch and Kyle. Time to restart this thing. Ooh.
Hey, promote Adam Peters. At least Adam Peters knows how to draft.
There we go, lad. I say, yeah, promote Adam Peters and let Adam Peters choose who the head coach is.
And I
Right.
wouldn't mind Lincoln Riley because for Trey Lance, you need somebody like that kind of coach right there. That's a guy that's going to fit his skill set. He's coached a lot of Heisman Trophy quarterbacks in Oklahoma. So imagine what he can do with Trey Lance. Can you imagine what Lincoln Riley can really do with Trey Lance if he took the job?
I suppose he drew up better plays than what Kyle Shanahan does for him.
So Gavin, I have a question for you.
Go on, bro.
How well do you think Kyle Juszczyk did today?
I think, right, do you know what I think, right? I think Kyle Juszczyk might be in, right, I hate to say it because every time nobody gets targeted, this seems to be the new word everybody's coming up with. But it seemed to me like Kyle Juszczyk was in the doghouse today, right, guys? In the doghouse, right? I don't know if we noticed the inverted A commas when I said doghouse, right? Yeah, because I think we didn't see much of him, right? The first 3 games, we saw everything from Kyle. He was on course for his most productive year as a 49er. And then last week, after the fullback draw play, which he screwed up right in the air completely, and when he was supposed to hand the ball off to Trey, right? I think that Shanahan is punishing him for it. And that's why we didn't see Kyle Juszczyk today. He had 0 targets. I didn't see him hardly line up as a tight end at all. It's like, what's going on with it? Do you mean? And if Kyle Shanahan does have a doghouse, right, and he's punishing players, right, for plays like this, right, yeah, like he's been doing with Ayuk and Cannon on special teams or punt returns because he fumbled a punt, like, and we haven't seen him punt returning hardly since. And if this thing is real, that there is an actual doghouse, right, then Kyle Shanahan needs to be kicked in the balls, right, yeah, and need to sort his head out, right, yeah, because ostracizing players is not the way forward. You're supposed to be building your team up, do you mean, and building your players up. And he just seems to be just clawing at players and dragging them down. And he's going the wrong way. And it seems to me like that's what he did with Kyle Juszczyk today. What do you think, Shardol? Do you think that we saw less of Kyle today, or was that just normal?
I think that was just normal. I mean, I don't think we saw any less or any more of Kyle today.
I think we saw less, I do. But after the first 3 games, he was getting loads of yards, loads of at least 2 targets a game, 3 targets a game he was getting. But now today he had 0 targets. 0 targets. I didn't see him catch the ball once.
Do you agree with this comment by Matthew Mears? He said, yes, it's time to get rid of Lynch and Kyle. Time to restart this thing.
I totally agree. I do.
Here's what we could do. Here's what we could really do after this season, man. If it doesn't get any better, man, we might as well just clean up house and build around Trey Lance. Get a coach that can really help Trey Lance develop instead of getting somebody who doesn't know what he's doing. And enough of passing on good players, man. Start getting some talent players who can actually help us instead of going for guys who are just not going to play. Like, look at Aaron Banks. We picked this guy over Asante Samuel Jr. We picked quite a few other players over guys like Michael Pittman, who was doing good for the Colts. You serious? So we went for a garbage player over a guy like Michael Pittman. Come on, man.
We passed on Mahomes, Deshaun Watson.
Who is Michael Pittman?
Turned down Tom Brady.
Dude, I've never heard of him before.
He's a stud from USC, dude. That guy was a stud at USC, bro. And I wanted that guy in the draft, but what did we do? We traded up to get a player, bro. We traded up to get a player, and guess what? He ain't doing squat. And what do we do? And what do we do the following year? We draft a freaking guard in the 2nd round who you can get in the 3rd or 4th round, bro. And we're gonna pass on a stud cornerback. What we
need to do, right, is we need to fire John Lynch, right, and just give Adam Peters the draft. Do you mean just any draft picks or anything like that? Just put it into Adam Peters' hands because every single draft pick that he's got in the latter rounds, he's got right. Look how well Elijah Mitchell did tonight. Elijah Mitchell, right, was right a rose in the middle of a thorn bush today. He was the only, right, apart from Debo as well, like Debo and Elijah Mitchell were the two shining lights on the field today. Everybody else sucked. Well, maybe not Daniel Brunskill. Daniel Brunskill had one of those good games today. He did, like, do you mean, I think, anyway, but I'll have to go back and watch the footage on that. Do you mean, but, do you mean, it's like, do you mean, he got Elijah Mitchell in the 6th round. Do you mean? And why aren't we letting Adam Peters just pick all our picks? If he's getting quality like that in the 6th round, imagine what he's going to do in the 1st round. Just doesn't make no sense.
Hey, but I guess Matthew Mears is kind of agree about one part about this coach. You know, like, I think we just need to get somebody that's really committed. Do you think Shanahan was forced to pick Trey Lance? Do you think he really wanted Mac Jones the whole time? I'm thinking maybe that's the case.
He probably did, and Jed York and John Lynch talked him out of it. Because I've read somewhere that Kyle Shanahan has the deciding vote when it comes to draft picks. What the fuck, like? Do you mean, is that normal for every single head coach in the NFL then? That they have the deciding vote on draft picks? Is that normal, or is that just just something that Kyle does? Because I think Kyle Shanahan has taken too much on his plate. He's taking on too much, and he just can't handle it. And he's obviously now, he's drowning now, he is, because he just can't swim in the NFL. I think. I don't know.
And we're underutilizing good talent, dude. Like, what are we doing, bro? We're wasting good talent. Like, for example, when you draft a guy very high, man, and you put him in a doghouse and you don't even play him as much, bro, that's wasting a good investment. Like, you picked this guy in the late 1st round because you saw some good traits and talent, and now you're gonna put him in a doghouse? Like, are you serious?
We passed on CD Lamb.
Gavin, do you agree with this comment by Matthew? He says, get a coach that's committed to Lance, success 110%.
Yeah.
Agree with that?
Yes.
Does anybody agree with that comment? Matthew Mears' comment?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
yeah, but for the opinion, I think somebody who would be committed to Trey Lance is somebody like Lincoln Riley or Joe Brady from the Panthers. You guys forgot about that guy, Joe Brady.
What about this comment? I don't know Kyle's game plan against the Arizona Cardinals was so bad. He didn't even give Trey Lance a chance.
He made him play like RG3 out there for no reason.
Yeah. He got him killed. He got him killed out there, he did. I mean, his quarterback throws, right, yeah, were absolutely terrible. Dreadful. They are designed to get people killed.
Okay, look at David McNew's comment right there.
Jalen Moore played.
He says Jalen Moore played.
Jalen Moore did have a pretty good
I'll agree on that part because I think Jalen Moore is a solid pick. We got him in the 5th round, and this is where this is our only good side of our draft picks. We find some good late round gems, but in the early rounds we just can't find good talent. We can't find good talent early, but in the late round we could.
Right? The reason is, right, John Lynch and Shanahan are picking the top round picks there, right? Whereas the bottom round picks are all picked by Adam Peters there, right? And Adam Peters.
Yeah, I feel like that's the difference. I feel like Adam Peters does good in the late rounds because he's a good scout. But hey, look at the comment of what David McNew said about Vance McDonald 2.0. I think he's referring to Charlie Warner. Look at the comment where he talks about 2.0.
With Kittle out, we should use Juszczyk and Vance McDonald 2.0 more.
Well, he does. Number 89, Warner did look good. He did look good. He had a big play.
Okay, he got 2 catches. Let's not get carried away. He had 2 catches.
I mean, he does kind of remind me a little bit of Vance McDonald with the better hands a little bit.
I don't know. I think we should just line up Juice as tight end. Do you mean and promote Josh Hockett from the practice?
Oh yeah, promote Josh Hockett from the practice squad and put a Juszczyk tight end.
Get Hockett on the field. Just get Hockett on the field.
Hey, I put him over here, Mike.
That's what I think. I think with Kittle out, that's a prime time for us to just put Josh Hockett on the field and put Juice as tight end. Because Juice is a tight end for me. He's not a fullback, guys. He's a tight end. I don't give a fuck what anything.
Guys, I have to drop out and I will join back, okay?
Pardon?
All right, man.
Where you going?
He'll be back. He'll be back. He has
I'll be back,
reception.
Alright. Yeah, but I will fight anybody right in here that thinks right in here that Juice is not the second best tight
And
end.
the Jules. Release the Jules. Let's put in Josh Hockett from the practice squad and put him at fullback and put in Chicken tight end. Yeah, mate.
By doing that, right, you're also saving Juice Check's body as well, you are, right? Because Juice can only block so much, and he's getting on now. He's like 28, 29. He's going to come into...
He's 30 years old.
Yeah, he's 30, exactly, right? And we want to save his body a bit more. So, yeah, I think definitely just put him as a tight end. Just put him as a tight end now, I think, and give Josh Hockett the time to shine. Just let him shine.
Hey, but what do you think of Charlie Warner? You think he's an okay tight end, or is he just one of those guys we just keep around either way?
What do you think, Cheryl? What do you think? What's your thoughts on Charlie Warner? You're muted, bro.
Hey, you're muted.
I think Charlie Warner's a pretty good tight end. I mean, he just needs to practice and hard work, and if he puts the practice in, he might be a really, really good tight end.
I like that he's more of a. I like that he's kind of improved a lot better, like because we originally drafted him as a blocking tight end originally, but now he's kind of like showing a little bit of his craft. And I was hoping that we would be able to promote Jordan Matthews from the practice squad, but it's never going to happen for no reason.
Yeah, why have we got him on the practice squad if we're not going to use him? Especially with Kittle down. Wouldn't this be prime time now to put him on the field, Jordan Matthews, or get him on the squad?
Hey,
You know, it makes no.
Gavin, my other question is that what are your thoughts of Josh Norman? How did he play today?
Oh my God, I'm not sold on Josh Norman. I think he's got a good tackle to punch the ball out. You mean, yeah? He can punch the ball out and he does it really well and does it consistently. But he just gives away so many penalties, and he's really grabby on the line of scrimmage. And then when he goes up for the play, when he's going up for the catch as well, he's grabbing and he's just his head's not looking at the ball. He's just I am not sold on Josh Norman at all. Dwayne,
Well, he's up in age. He is getting old. He is pretty old, and he's not the same player.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on him, CG? Is he okay as a cornerback, or is he what I said like?
I just feel like his veteran experience is good, but when you look at the way he's played, he's declined. Ever since he's left the Carolina Panthers, you've noticed that his production has gotten worse and he's declined. And then when he went to the Buffalo Bills, he was just nothing more than a backup. But now that we use him as a starter out there, dude, he's not the same player. You have to play up to his strength, and we're playing him at different schemes where it doesn't really fit him, and he can do so much, dude. Like, I feel like at this point, what do we got to lose with Avery Thomas out there, dude? You got to give the kid a chance. You're going to have your ups and downs with him.
The season's over anyway. It's over. It's over already. I don't care what anyone says. It's over, guys. It's over. So you may as well let the kids play. Let the rookies play. Let's see what they got. And then
last season, got to give those other kids chances. Put Lenore out there, too.
Yeah,
put Avery Thomas out there. Hey, dude, put Aaron Banks out there. Forget Brunskill. Take out Brunskill out, man.
Yeah, Ufunga. I want to see Ufunga play as well.
Well, Tart's going to miss some time, or maybe put him on IR now and put in Ufunga out there.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Well, at this point, the season's pretty much a wrap, and there's no sense of urgency. If you guys believe that we're going to make the playoffs, then maybe you're smoking some crack out there, because it's just not going to happen with this offense. If this offense doesn't get any better, we're stuck. We're stuck with low scores. We're probably going to have like the worst when it comes to offensive scoring, because we'll probably be ranked third last when it comes to offensive points. Because we can't score past 20 points anymore. We barely average, like 17 points a game or something? Like, how are we going to win games?
You can't win anything.
How do you lose to Seattle that's even the worst in our division, but we play the worst?
No, we're the worst team in our division. We are. The
But
Seahawks
I
are
just
the worst.
okay. I look at it this way: Seattle to me is worse, and they're not even that good. They're not even that good.
They're not worse than us. We're the worst team in the NFC West. I'm sorry to say it, like, do you mean? But we're not. We're the worst. We are.
It all starts with Jimmy G because he doesn't get us to the next level. That's the only difference.
No. It all starts with Kyle Shanahan. That's where it all starts. But the buck starts and stops with Kyle Shanahan, and he is not doing his job.
Well, a lot to do with our defenses. It has to do with a lot of those dumb injuries and a lot of the depth chart. Yeah, I can see why it's getting worse because you don't have nobody else to step in. Shanahan doesn't really invest a lot of his talent, bro. He goes. You know what? As much as I hate to say about the Rams, but Sean McVay goes all in, dude.
Yes.
He doesn't care about He doesn't care about no first round pick. He doesn't care none of that. He wants to win. He gave up so many picks.
Look what he done with Goff's contract. He took on Goff's contract this season.
Why can't Shanahan do that? Pull off some crazy trades.
Yeah, and Goff just what he knew Goff.
Yeah, go all in, man.
And he just got rid of Goff, kept Goff's contract on the Rams. You're paying the Lions for them to have Goff, right? Just for them to have Stafford. He did the right thing. He did. He saw where he was going wrong and he corrected himself. Kyle Shanahan cannot see where he's going wrong and cannot correct himself.
That's where I give credit to Sean McVay because for Sean McVay, this guy, he can make some mistakes, but he tries to fix it. And Shanahan sticks with the same thing over and over. If it doesn't work, he's just going to stick with it. And it's stupid, bro. Like, okay, that's one thing I don't like. This is one thing I don't like about this front office, man. Like, the only time you've ever made a good trade move was getting Emmanuel Sanders, but you didn't even give him a contract after that. And you wasted a 3rd and 5th round pick for him? You better keep the guy. And you don't?
Dumb.
And it's not even a good sign. Like, okay, yeah, we made a move for Emmanuel Sanders to make a push for the Super Bowl, but did we keep him in the long haul? Hell no, we didn't. We wasted 2 draft capitals.
Right. Shardol, I've got a question for you, right? What are your thoughts on the comment that DeForest Buckner made that he was willing to take a pay cut to stay with the 49ers? What are your thoughts on that?
I think I actually agree with what comment he made because he was really good on the 49ers. And when he left, it was kind of sad. So it would be really nice for him to come back to San Francisco.
Yeah, but he was willing, right, Charles, listen now, he was willing to take a pay cut. He said he would have taken less money to stay with the 49ers, and we still didn't make it happen. How does that make you feel?
It doesn't make
I
me
think
feel,
the problem with the front office is, like, dude, like, you notice that DeForest was the heart and soul of our defense, and you really wanted to go with somebody who needs the entire talent around him to succeed, and you know the difference. These people who just say, "Oh, Armstead's on our team, we gotta support him." Like, dude, why should I support this guy? This guy is garbage, man. Like, okay,
he had a bad game,
dude, he can't even produce. You're getting paid $17.5 million to get to the quarterback. Oh. We don't look at stats. That doesn't mean nothing. Oh, that's overrated. Well, to me, it means a lot. If you're getting paid $17.5 million to get to the quarterback, bro, you got to produce, and you're not worth it. You're not even worth $5 million, Eric Armstead. You're garbage. You're trash. You're not the guy, bro. You need the best talent around you. You need all the world. You need the all-pro D lineman, bro, to make you a 10-sack guy, or else you're just 3.5-sack guy. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, Gavin, look at David McHugh's comment.
He didn't get 3.5 sacks last season, did he? Armstead didn't. He's not even a 3.5 sack guy without Buckner. Makes me angry. It makes my blood boil.
It makes me so pissed off at the fact that we kept Eric Armstead. The guy, it took him, what is it? It took him 4 or 5 years to put on double-digit sacks, bro. It took him, but for Buckner, he played consistently, bro. His rookie year, he had 6 sacks. Even in his second year, yeah, he might have had a slump year, but then his third year, he had 13 and a half sacks. And then on to his other year.
Shadol, what's your thoughts on it, Shadol?
McNeil says that he says, I'm not happy about the Buckner trade. We should have either let Armstead walk or tag and trade and kept Buckner.
What's your thoughts on that?
I actually agree with David McNeil. I'm not happy with the Buckner trade. I don't agree with it.
Why?
Because I agree with whatever David McNeil said. I think I agree with whatever he said.
Does it make you mad? Does it make you angry that Buckner would have taken a pay cut to stay? That he would have taken less money and that we opted to keep Armstead, who had 1 good year in 5 years? Does that make you angry?
It makes me angry. You should get more money to bring him on the team than less money.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because when you get a player on your team, it makes sense that you give them more money because less money they're gonna be with your team. So I actually don't agree that they paid him less money to join the 49ers than give him more money.
Yeah, well, he said he was going to take less. He said, I'll take less money to stay with the 49ers.
But that doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense why you would say that.
Well, yeah, it does because he was loyal to the 49ers and he wanted to stay with the 49ers. He said to the 49ers, I will take less money just so you can fit me in and I can stay. And they still got rid of him. Yeah, Shadol?
Oh, they would want to pay him less money to stay with the 49ers, but they still let him go.
Yeah. Buckner turned around and said, right, he said himself, DeForest Buckner told the 49ers, I will take less money to stay. And they still got rid of him.
So you're saying they didn't agree with what he said? Like the Niners said that they still let him go.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
Why exactly?
Why would they pay him less money? And he asked the 49ers, "I'll give you less money to stay with the team," and then the team still traded him to Indianapolis.
Yeah. Do you think John Lynch was smoking the Indian peace pipe before he made that trade?
I think he was. He really made a bad decision. That's why we should fire John Lynch.
Ooh. You want to see John Lynch fired, do you?
Yes.
And Kyle Shanahan or just John Lynch?
Both of them. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan.
So who do you want to see as the general manager if we fire John Lynch?
I'll be the head coach, you be the general manager.
No, I tell you what, right there, we'll make Adam Peters the general manager and I'll go assistant general manager, yeah?
And then I'll be the head coach.
Yeah, you make the plays. You make the plays, Shardol. You make it happen. You make the magic work on the pitch, yeah?
Yeah, I'll put on the headphones that they put on the head coach.
the Sennhausers. They have nice headphones. They are really nice. They're top of the range headphones, those ones are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should know about my headphones. Yeah. So, who do you want to see? No, realistically now. Let's be realistically now. Shardol. Who do you want to see as head coach of the 49ers next?
Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy, yes. Why?
Because he's a great defensive coordinator and he would be a really great head coach.
Oh, look at this. Brandon Zenos has got a great comment by her. I have been supportive of Shanahan since he came to San Francisco, but at this point it's becoming impossible to see the logic in his play calling. Elijah Mitchell was on fire and they just stopped feeding him. What's your thoughts on that, guys?
What's my thoughts of it? Dude, why are you stopping on something that's working? And then Shanahan's plays, bro. It's starting to catch on to him, and I think defense are starting to figure him out better, dude. It's you gotta start evolving, and if you don't evolve much, you're pretty much done because this offense that we're starting to have to, it's kind of becoming more of a one-dimensional now. Because all you got to do is take away the running game. All you got to do is take away the limit passes that Jimmy does well at. If you take away those, you're forcing Jimmy to beat them deep, which he doesn't do well at.
Yeah, or outside the numbers.
Checkmate. That's it.
Yeah. Shadol, what's your thoughts on Elijah Mitchell's game? Shadol, what's your thoughts on the game Elijah Mitchell had? Are you muted? You muted again, bro.
So it's saying Elijah Mitchell was on pace to break Adrian Peterson's single-game rushing record. Why stop giving him the ball?
Why? Why, Shadol? Why did they stop giving him the ball? Why did they?
Maybe they don't. Maybe the reason they didn't give him the ball is maybe they don't think he's a good player, so they don't want to give him the ball.
He's on fire though. He had over 100 yards rushing.
So they should give him the ball.
Yeah. It's like
But
the
they're
Super
not-
Bowl. It's like the Super Bowl, they went away from the run game. They went away
But
from the
they're-
run game. Anything
but they're
that
not-
works, oh yeah,
they're
it's
not-
working, it's working.
they're not-
Just go away from it. Just go
They're
away.
not
You
giving
don't
him the
need
ball,
that.
so I don't understand because Elijah Mitchell is he's a really good running back behind Trey Sermon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
I
they
thi-
don't
I
give
think
him
he's
the
better.
ball.
I think he's better than Trey
And
Sermon.
I don't agree. Do you think like you don't agree with them that they're not giving him the ball?
Yeah, they aren't. They are not giving him the ball enough. Yeah, like the people are saying in the chat, like, you know, why are we going away from him? Do you mean he was on course to break all these records? He had over 100 yards rushing anyway, and we stopped giving him the ball. Did he get hurt? Did he get hurt or something? Do you mean I didn't see him get hurt or anything? So that's the only reason why I can see why they didn't give him the ball was because maybe he got hurt or something. But I don't know. I don't know about that. CG, why did they go away from him? Do you know?
I feel like the way Shanahan does it, man, it's kind of confusing. But if somehow they did figure out ways to slow down Mitchell at this point, why not you just feed the ball to Trey Sermon a little bit, mix it up a little bit, go with a physical running back. They don't like tackling running backs like Sherman because Sherman's the kind of running back that you can put in late games and actually wear out your defense, but you don't want to play him. You want to put him in the bench because you really like what you see out of Elijah Mitchell, which I do like him too, but you're not running the ball with Jermichael Hasty also? Like, I don't understand why we're not using our running backs this much. Like, we've been known to run the ball really good, and we abandoned the bread and butter just like we did in Super Bowl 54. We abandoned what made us get there in the first place. Can Shanahan stick to the basics of what got him to be where he's at? Running the ball. Creating play action. Shotgun formation. Do something, dude. You're not even in the same discussion.
So Gavin, my question to you is that if you had 5 current 49er players that you were to put on Mount Rushmore, which 5 would you choose?
I don't even, like, after today's game, right? After today's game, there's only 2, right? And that's Debo and Elijah Mitchell, right? The rest of the team, right, sucked more or less. So I think those 2. That's my Mount Rushmore after today's game.
Okay, are we talking like current, like game performance Mount Rushmore, or are we talking like current players Mount Rushmore?
Current players Mount Rushmore.
Okay, this is no brainer. Well, it's kind of hard to determine it, but I'm gonna go with Debo this year because he's the top of the food chain. Elijah Mitchell, for some reason, he's becoming the bright star.
Yeah.
But Raheem Mostert was like our engine of our offense. Now he's gone. I would put him there, but it's unfortunate he's on IR, but I can't put him there. It has to be somebody healthy. So, of course, I'm going to put George Kittle. George Kittle is the most important part. Then you got Elijah Mitchell, which is 3. And on offense is Trent Williams. And on defense, this may sound like a surprise, but I may go on a limb and say Al-Shaair is pretty good this year.
You've been stepping it up this year. Last
Number
year,
51's good, bro. I like him. But, I mean, Nick Bosa, of course you can put him in there too, but I got to give some love to Al-Shaair.
Al-Shaqir has been good this season. Last season, he was very
Yeah, he's
inconsistent.
good. He's gotten better
but
every
this
year.
season, he's stepped up in a big way. He has, especially with what's his name who went out? Greenlaw. Greenlaw went out, and he's stepped up here, like Al-Shaqir, and he's filled the gap. So yeah, I like him. I do like.
CG,
shout out
what are your
Persist Bro? What's up, Persist Bro?
what are your thoughts of this comment by Brandon? Sermon should be seeing 5 to 10 touches a game, and Elijah should be getting 20 to 25 touches if it's working, which it has been working. Truly disgusting.
Okay. To answer Brandon's question, I will agree with it 100%, but here's how I would do it. For Elijah Mitchell, okay, I'll give him 20 carries for sure. Trey Sermon, I'll give you 10 plus carries, bro, because I'm gonna need you to take some touches. And then for Hasty, give him about 5 to 6 more carries just to keep him fresh. Keep running the ball. Why abandon what's actually working? If it's not broken, then why fix it?
Yes. Why try and reinvent the wheel? Right? Why it works? The wheel works. Do not reinvent it. You mean just go with your bread and butter? But he's not. Like, it's a different Kyle Shanahan this season. He's just been, since 2019, he's just been declining here. And like I said earlier, he needs to go away and reevaluate his life, and B, his playbook.
Hey, you're mute, bro.
Do you agree with this comment, Gavin? Emmanuel Mosley has been playing lights out since coming back from injury.
Yeah, everybody's saying that, but I've seen him miss a few tackles, which have led to big yard gains. So I know he's been lights out, like, sort of, but he has missed a few tackles. So I don't know. I'm like, yeah, he's great. He's a great player, and he's obviously our best quarterback now that what's his name is out. Flipping heck. Who's the one with the dreadlocks?
Oh, Jermichael Hasty?
No, the cornerback, man, went out.
Drake Kirkpatrick?
No, we went down week 1.
Josh Norman?
No,
Diamado Lenore?
No, the cornerback one. Who's our number 1 cornerback that's injured?
Jason Verrett?
Jason Verrett, yeah. Do you mean? I think he's our number 1 cornerback after Jason Verrett. Now Jason Verrett is out. But, do you mean, Mosley has missed a few tackles. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just saying that he's missed a few tackles. And didn't he go down?
I gotta go do a round check.
All right, CG. See you in 2 minutes. I think Emmanuel Mosley went down at the end of the game, and I think I was hearing in CG's stream earlier that Jaquoski Tart might be out as well. He went down hurt as well. So we've got more injuries coming in, guys. I think.
So what about this comment? Before the bye week, Travis Benjamin was playing over Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. What's the explanation for that?
I don't know. Travis Benjamin, he's okay. Like, do you mean? But I think Deebo is better. I think, like, personally, do you mean? But yeah, I think Deebo Samuel is always going to come through. I think he's just shining bright at the moment. So you've got to go with the hot hand, and Deebo is the hot hand at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, look at that. David McNeil saying Mosley could have had 2 interceptions, and tonight he dropped them. He did 2 interceptions. I mean, yeah. I think he's good. But he's not, like, elite. Emmanuel Mosley isn't. He's good, but he's not truly elite, like. Do you mean? And yeah, I like what Brandon says. Why is Kirkpatrick playing over Diamado Lenore? Yeah, why is Kirkpatrick playing over Lenore? That is a great question. Kyle Shanahan, answer that for us. Can you answer that for us and tell us why? Because it's not working. It's not working. And Lenore might be a bit rusty, but he needs repetitions. He needs plays. He needs to practice. And he needs to get on the field. Because if he doesn't, how is he going to learn? So we need to see more of him. See more of him. Yeah. So the Niners haven't had a prolific passing offense since Jeff Garcia. What's your thoughts on Jeff Garcia, Shadow? Shadow. You moved it again, bro. Where you moved it? Yeah,
so-
yeah.
So I like Jeff Garcia a lot. As a student of San Jose State University, I think he's a really good quarterback, and the Niners were really like he really added lots of talent and depth to the 49er to when he was playing for the 49ers. What are your thoughts of Jeff Garcia?
Right, no, Jeff Garcia was a slightly before my time, right? Because you guys got to remember now, I've only been a 49ers fan for about 10 years, right? Since about 12 years. And I didn't really follow the 49ers at first, so I can't say that I watched any of Jeff Garcia's games, like. But I know that he was serviceable and he was a really good quarterback, and he's probably been our best quarterback since Steve Young. That's what I've been told anyway. But yeah, it's sad that to see that the 49ers have not had an elite quarterback for so many years. And you'd think that Shanahan, being the offensive genius that he is, would be able to get us a quarterback or make a quarterback elite. Get him to that elite standard. But he's not. Instead of building up the quarterbacks, he's just dragging them down and pulling them down and destroying their confidence. So I don't think whatever quarterback we have at the centre at the moment, while Kyle Shanahan is the head coach, the head coach, is going to be elite. They're not going to stand a chance because of Kyle Shanahan. Right, so Martha Mia's got a question by a few. Shadol, what did you think of Curry tonight?
What?
What did you think of Curry tonight?
I think Curry did wonderful tonight. I mean, he scored 4 threes, but it wasn't that impressive as when he played against the Clippers, where he made 8 threes and scored 45 points. So I think he was pretty good tonight, but not that well as when he played on the home opener, the first game of the season. Where he scored 8-3, where he made 8 3-pointers, and then he scored 45 points to end the game.
Look at this. David McNew says, I think Kyle doesn't want to start the rookies, except at running back. When Jeff Wilson Jr. comes back, Kyle will probably bench Mitchell. What do you think of that, Shadol? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think that's a good thing.
Why do you think that's a good thing? Doesn't that stunt the rookies' development?
I don't know what to say about that, but I changed what I said. I think it's a bad thing.
I think it's a bad thing as well. I do. I do love Jeff Wilson Jr. I'm not gonna be no bones about it. He is a good player. But if you're not starting the rookies, then how are they going to get better? This is what's been frying my head. It's just I can't get my head around it because the rookies need to play. They need to get the experience on the field because if they don't get that experience, how can they improve? It's a catch-22. It's damned if we do, damned if we don't. But you've got to put the rookies in. Let the rookies shine. If they fail, at least we go down trying and we're thinking about the future instead of being stuck in a Jimmy G rut and going around the same circles. Jimmy G's not improving. Do you mean? And let's give Trey Lance a shot. Get him in there. Let's build it all. Let's just build the team around Trey. Let's get him some weapons.
Do you agree with this comment by Brandon Zenos? He said we should bring Jeff Garcia back as a quarterback coach, as his style of play was a lot like Trey Lance plays. Like he already said he'd be willing to do it. Grant Cohn says the current quarterback coach isn't any good.
Right, I do not trust anything Grant Cohn says, right, because he makes up that Ross Dwelly is the second coming of Jesus Christ, Jesus from Nazareth, right? He made out Nick Mullins was God, right? Yeah, so I take anything that Grant Cohn says with a pinch of salt, like. Do you mean? But yeah, I think Garcia would be a good quarterback coach. I think he would be a good quarterback coach. Yeah, if he plays like Trey, He's got experience in the league. He's gonna teach Trey maybe how to protect himself. So yeah, I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
David says Jeff Garcia knew how to win games. He did it with the Eagles too.
With the Kegels. No, it's the Kegels. Because it's the cross, right, between the Kangaroos and the Eagles. That's what they call the Kegels for. Right? How that mating process works, I do not know, right? But it's a great name. He's a winner. He's a winner. So maybe that winning mentality rub off on Trey then as well. So, yeah, that's a good thing. It's a good thing, I think, yeah.
Do you agree with this? I think they should start Jeff Wilson Jr., but they should still split the carries between Wilson, Mitchell, Sermon, and Hasty.
Well, yeah, I always thought it was running back by committee. I always thought it was doing that Kyle Shanahan does it running back by committee, but it hasn't been that way this season. It seems to be that one running back has got the load every game, more or less.
Look at what Persist Bro is saying. Grant Cohn does have some outlandish statements.
Yeah, exactly. They're proper outlandish. That's why I take everything that Grant says with a pinch of salt. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Jimmy G's on the decline. It's time to move on. Ooh, big words from David McNew. I think
it is time to move on from Jimmy G. But everybody's putting me down, saying that take off your Jimmy G jersey and buy a Trey Lance jersey.
Don't listen to him, bro. You wear whatever you feel comfortable in. If you like, you want to wear your Jimmy G jersey, you wear it.
But they're saying to get rid of your Jimmy G jersey.
Do you want to get rid of your Jimmy G? No, right. So, if I said to you by now, right, there's a fire there. Go and put your hand in the fire. Would you do it?
No.
Well, there we go, law, like, innit?
It's like if somebody tells you to jump off a bridge, will you jump off the bridge?
No, you're not gonna jump off the bridge. Push him first. Push him.
If somebody tells you to do something, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then Grant says that Grant is much closer to the team than we are, and he says some crazy stuff that's almost turns out to be true. He's the Alex Jones of 49ers coverage.
He's got more wrong than he's got right. Let's be honest. He's got more wrong than he has right. Yeah, so like I said, pinch of salt. Like a pinch of salt, that's all, guys. Like.
So Persistbro says he's right on some things, but I feel like sometimes he says crazy things to get more clicks. I get it though. LOL.
Yeah, full of clickbait. I haven't watched him for a couple of weeks now. A good couple of weeks. Say about 3 weeks now I haven't watched Grant. And I am refusing to join his chats as well. Like, but that's another story for another matter, and I'm not going to go into it by you. Right, yeah, so, yeah, he's full of clickbait. Like, do you mean, guys? Like, so, yeah. So, right, guys, I've got a question, right, for you, Shardol. How long into the San Francisco 49ers and Indianapolis Colts game do you think Jed York walked out of the stadium?
So what was your question?
How far into the game tonight before Jed York walked out?
I don't know how to answer that question. It's kind of difficult to answer that.
Well, didn't he walk out on us? Remember when he walked out on the 49ers?
That was bad than when he walked out on us.
Yeah, I think he probably walked out again last night because tonight it was absolutely horrific. I bet he walked out early.
So Brandon McNew says, "Don't take it off. His time has passed, but he did take us to a Super Bowl after a long drought. It'll always be a great pull to Jimmy G."
Yeah, we'll always be grateful for Jimmy G for losing us the Super Bowl. Yeah.
And what about Grant Cohn? Grant Cohn works for Sports Illustrated. He has information for him to be first with the scoop. I hate the sports media.
Yeah, but didn't he have the scoop on the Kittle contract? He had the scoop, but he just screwed all the numbers up totally. So is he really that connected? Is he really that connected? I don't know. Obviously, he's more connected than we are, obviously, but he's not inside on the team. They don't even like him there, do they?
What about this? Jed probably left after that last interception Jimmy threw.
Yeah, I was reading that just then. Like they were possessed, bro. That's probably true. Probably true. After the last interception, like he's like, right, that's it. I'm going home for a kebab. Do they have kebabs in America?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah, alright. He's going home for a kebab, he is. He's going to go home and he's going to order a kebab, put his feet up and and count his money. That's what he's going to do.
What about this? What exactly was Grant wrong about?
He was wrong about the Kittle contract, right? He said that it was going to happen, but he had the numbers all wrong. He's wrong about Nick Mullins. He's sort of wrong about Ross Dwelly, right? Let's be honest. Is he right about Ross Dwelly? Because he seems to think that Ross Dwelly is the second coming of Jesus of Nazareth. So is he right there? Do you know what I mean? These other things as well. Like, you know, let me have a think, and I'll get back to that question as well. These other things as well. But the Nick Mullins one was the best. Larry Mullins convinced him that Nick Mullins was God, and well, look how that turned out. What's your thoughts on Nick Mullins, Shodol? Shodol,
Like Nick Mullins.
you like him?
I don't like Nick Mullins.
Oh, you don't? Yeah. That's
No.
Yeah, I don't like Nick Mullins either. I didn't rate him.
So another thing Matthew said is he said Lance is the future.
Lance is the future. Like a persist, bro. Grant said Langers would have 11 wins this season. Even I was pessimistic, right? And I was saying we'd have a 9-8, 8-9 season. I called it at the beginning of the season. I was like, everybody was saying we're gonna go 13, 14 wins, and I was like, guys, this is Cal Shanahan's team, right? You got 4 losing seasons. You got 3 out of 4 seasons were losing seasons. And you're saying now that he's going to come out firing and get us 13 wins. It weren't going to happen, guys. We're not as good as what we think we are. I'm awful sorry, guys, to be the bearer of bad news, but we're not a contender. Do you mean? And we're nowhere near it, guys. Do you mean? I'm sorry, but no, I was more realistic, saying 8-9, 9-8, guys. And we're not even going to get that, I don't think. We'd be lucky if we get 6 wins. How many wins do you think we'll have this season now, Shodo?
Probably 7.
7, yeah? So you're saying 7 and 10?
Yeah.
Bye, Matt. Yeah, I said 9 wins as well, persist, and I'm wrong as well. I think we could have about 7 wins. 7 wins seems about realistic, Shodo. That seems realistic. Will you be happy with 7 wins?
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't be.
What about this comment? Everyone screws up contract numbers before the actual contracts become public. Ross Dwelly is a good tight end with incredible passing rating when targeted.
Was he targeted tonight? I think he was. Didn't he have a drop catch tonight?
I think he did tonight.
Yeah, I know he had that good. He had a great touchdown last week. He had a great touchdown. I'll give him the last week, the week before, week 4 was it? Before the bye week, he did have a really good catch.
Yeah, he was really good in like there was one game where Ross Dwelly was like so good. Like that was probably his best game of the season.
We haven't seen much of him otherwise, though, have we? Not really. And I don't know. Until I see it on film, then I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical, I am.
What about this question from Persist Bro? He says the 49ers have way more problems than the quarterback controversy, and it starts with Jed York.
It does start with Jed York. I do totally agree, Persist. I mean, that is 100% a fact. Jed York is the cancer, and is spreading down from him and poisoning the rest of the team. I think he's too quick to award contracts to players who are barely proven in the league, just like he did with Jimmy G. give him that big, massive contract after half a season when we should have put him on a franchise tag. We should have tagged him and then decided what we was going to do.
I wanted to say thanks, Brandon Zenos, for joining my stream tonight. Really appreciate it. We have another question from Persisbury. Says, I don't blame Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. I blame Jed York for mismanaging this organization. Denise needs to sell the organization.
Denise is the mother, right? Is Jed York's mother, right?
So what are your thoughts?
Right, is Denise, yeah?
Yeah, she's the mother of Jed York.
Yeah, because it seems to be like he's the puppet. Jed York is the puppet for Denise. Yeah, she's the actual owner.
So what are your thoughts of Persisbro's comment that he put in the chat?
I blame all three of them. I blame Jed, I blame John, and I think I blame Kyle. They've got to take their responsibility in this shit shower that we are seeing right now. This shit show we are seeing right now.
So what you're trying to say is that when you do something, there are consequences for your actions, and that's what Kyle, John, and Jed should be, because they should be responsible for their actions, right? Like Kyle should be responsible, John should be responsible, and Jed should be responsible, and they're irresponsible. They're not being responsible for what they're doing for this team. So this organization is gonna go downhill if they don't do something about it. This organization is not going to go uphill. This organization is going to continue to go downhill.
Yeah, it will. They will continue to go downhill while Jed York owns us.
There will be there won't be any progress going on with this if they keep doing it. And Brandon says Jamar Chase dropped every target in the preseason, and now he's the second coming. One drop doesn't make or break a player.
I know that. I know one drop doesn't make a break a player. But we haven't seen Ross Dwelly consistently have big games, have we? Do you know what I mean? So, he could be great. He could be. I could be wrong. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm right. I'm not. Like, do you mean? But I'm just saying we haven't really seen it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know?
So you're saying Jamar Chase could be a really great player, and he could be he might be the second coming.
I don't know about that. I'm just saying, yeah, but he's right. Brandon is right. One drop doesn't make or break a player. He's correct. He is correct in what he's saying.
So do you have any final thoughts before I end the stream?
Yeah, I got a couple. I have do you mean? Yeah. Right. First off, right in the end, fire Jed York. Right, let's cut Jed York. Let's just cut Jed York, right? If we could fire Jed York, right, that would be the start of something great, right? Then we fired John Lynch. Then we fired Kyle Shanahan. Promote Adam Peters to GM, right? And let Adam Peters pick the head coach, right? And let the GM be the GM, right? And the next head coach we get, let's make sure that he's not another Belichick wannabe, right? And needs to control every aspect about the team, and he just concentrates on what he needs to do as a head coach, and that's getting the team to win, instead of him managing every single aspect about the field. And then he's got too much on his plate, and he's juggling too much, and he doesn't know his arse from his elbow, right? And he hasn't got a clue what's going on the pitch. And that's what's happening, right? He needs to just break off the load. Just let other people have some of the responsibility, Kyle. You could see him breaking up. He is having a meltdown on the side of the pitch, right? Either let other people just just handle some of the load, or just quit and just leave us now, right here. And my next thought as well, my other thought is, let's give Juice more the ball. Right, we know he's screwed up on the fullback play, right here, but he's one of our best players on offense. We didn't see him at all last night. It's just, we need more from our big time players, and Kyle Juszczyk is a big time player, right here. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
So we have two more questions from Rashid. He says, The problem with the 49ers is that they can't develop QBs. That's why Kyle is constantly trying to trade for QBs that was developed by other franchises.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's his track record, Shardall. He's never developed a quarterback. Never. I mean, you can't put Kirk Cousins into it. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Like, he didn't develop Kirk Cousins. Like, do you know what I mean? And he killed RG3. Yeah. Look what he's done with Jimmy G. Do you know what I mean? Matt Ryan was already cemented in the Atlanta Falcons before Banana Hand even got there. So, what's his track record with quarterbacks? His track record says he's a quarterback killer. He's more or less like Matt Nagy. It's like having Matt Nagy. That's what it is. Do we really need another Matt Nagy?
I don't think we need another Matt Nagy.
No, exactly.
We don't need
Right?
anybody
Look at
like
this.
that.
Persist Bro's got a really good comment by that. The 49ers can't stop the run. I say the 49ers have a 45% chance to win against the Bears. Now, the Bears got blown out by the Bucks today, didn't they? It was something like 40-3, right? So I sort of fancy our chances. I didn't tonight, but I fancy our chances against the Bears. The Bears are not as good as the Colts this year. They're not, I don't think. And they'll be starting Trubisky. He could see ghosts out there. So I fancy us. Now, look, this is me, guys, and I'm the most skeptical 49er fan ever, right? Yeah, and I said tonight he was going to lose. I said tonight he was going to lose to the Colts. But I think we're going to beat the Bears. I do think we'll beat the Bears. If we don't beat the Bears, then definitely Kyle Shanahan should be on the hot seat. Do you think so, Shadol? If we don't beat the Bears, is Kyle Shanahan on the hot seat or not?
I think he is going to be in the hot seat.
Yeah.
So, from Persisper, it says, do the 49ers have a chance against the Bears?
Well, just hear me now. I think we'll beat them. I do. I know it's the Bucks. I know it's the Bucks. And they are good. I mean, yeah, but I think we could do something not similar, but we could stick 25 points on them, and as long as our defense keeps them to under 15 points, if our defense keeps them to under 15 points, we win that game. What do you think, Shadol?
I think we will win that game.
Why?
If everything works properly for us, the run game, the pass game, everything kind of works in sync with everything, we'll probably win that game for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we need a perfect game. So all we need is a good, solid game from the defense just to stop the Bears, keep the Bears under 20 points. If we keep the Bears under 20 points, I think we'll beat them.
What about this comment? Kyle Shanahan better turn the ship around before he drowns. So he said Kyle better turn the ship around before he drowns with it.
I think it's true. I think he's going down with the ship. I think he's just going down with the ship. He is. I think it's the lifeboats are out. The lifeboats are out. Do you mean? And the women and children first. And Kyle Shanahan's gonna go down with the ship. He is. That's what I think.
But Gavin, it was really great having you on the stream. You're always welcome. Anytime you're free or you have nothing going on, you're always more welcome to join my stream if it's not too late for you.
So before we go now, right? Do you have any points that you want to talk about before we go?
So the last question that Persist wrote, the last comment is that what do you guys see as the record of the end of the season after what we've seen from the 49ers this season?
You can go first.
I think we're gonna the record of this season is probably 7-10.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
what
I think.
I think 6-11. 6-11 again. I think it's another 6-win season. I think get 6 wins, and I think Shanahan's out. Yeah.
But it was really great having you on my stream as always.
Thank
if
you
you're always welcome on my stream anytime you're free, anytime you're available. I always would like to have you on my stream. You're such a great friend, and you're such a great person. I love your personality.
Whoa! Stop, Shadol. Persist Bro says, I say we go 4-13. Oh.
I don't agree with that.
Oh, a lot. Right, hang on now. I am going to give Persist Bro a lot of respect there, because that takes a lot of balls for him to say that in a 49ers chat, that is. Right, and he's going to get nailed by 49er fans for saying that. But you're right.
I don't agree with
Right?
like what Persistbro is saying. I don't agree with that.
I agree with it, Shardog. I agree with it.
What?
I do. Where are we going to get the wins from? Right, we've got to play the Rams twice. Right, we've got to play the Cardinals and the Seahawks again.
So he
right?
might be. So Persistbro might be right.
He could be. He could be, bro.
Could be right.
At the end of the day, right? Apart from the Super Bowl, let's take the Super Bowl winning season out of it. Right, Kyle Shanahan has had 4 wins, 6 wins. Yeah. So he's got a right. He's got every right to say that we're gonna
So
go 4-13.
2 other questions from Persistbro are coming in. It's saying, if you look at the schedule, the only teams I see us beating is Jacksonville and Houston.
We're not beating the Bengals. The Bengals are on fire. Right? I just want to let it be known, right, that I called the Bengals to have a terrific season before the season even started. Before the season even started, I said the Bengals are going to be fire this year, right? Joe Burrows, right, is going to come out, right, yeah, and he's going to just sling it everywhere. And what's happened? The Bengals are on fire. Right, yeah, thank you very much. I mean, I know,
So Persistbro says the 49ers aren't beating the Bengals, Vikings,
No,
or the
we're not.
Titans.
No, we're not. We're not. Definitely not. And we're not beating anybody in our division. We're not beating anybody in the division. Everybody says, oh, we
So-
got the Rams number. We got the Rams number. But that was before they had Matthew fucking Stafford. Yeah?
What about the Persistbro says they are going to lose the rest of the division games. By the time
Yeah.
we play Seattle, Russ is coming back.
Yes, he is. Yeah. He'll be back. Do you mean by the time we play him again? So we're screwed. Either way we look at it. Either way we look at it, boys. Right, yeah? Season over. It's season over. Right, yeah? Yeah, and it's sad. It's sad.
But Gavin, I know it's getting pretty late for you. It's also getting late
super
for
late.
me. But thanks for joining my stream, and I always would like to have you on my stream.
Yeah.
I love having you.
Right, I just want to go, before we go, right, I just want to give everybody a shout out in the chat. Brandon, Persist Bro, Matthew while he was here, and Rashid as well, like, yeah, thank you very much for being in the chat, guys. You guys make it happen, because without you guys, we wouldn't be here, right? So yeah, thank you very much for showing up in the chat, and thank you very much for your great comments and questions, guys.
But I'm gonna get ready to end the stream now.
Yeah, okay, Shawdog, you take it easy, go Niners.
Okay, go Niners.
Yeah. Faithful to the bay, baby. Bye, buddy.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.